Hola, me llamo Chris Moneymaker, World Series of Poker champion. That is the extent of my Spanish. Nice to see you. Hopefully see you in Mexico soon.
Hope.
Poker-wise, it's been really bad to me, but everything else is awesome. I love coming down here because everybody's so passionate, and it's just a different atmosphere than you find anywhere in the world. So I do like coming down here for that reason. And as far as Colombia goes, now I've got free time, so maybe ask me that in a couple days. They're trying to get me to drink hot water or something along those lines. It doesn't sound like it's going to be very fun for me, but
Is your first time down here in Colombia?
it is. Yeah.
Yeah?
It was sort of weird coming in. You come over and no one told me that you're coming down like. Yeah, it's literally, and the driver's like weaving through cars. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Yeah, it was very interesting getting here. Plus, I lost my luggage. I don't have any luggage, so that's a.
So
You too? Yeah.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. We were saying that in the van from the airport that they were like in the roller coaster. The whole series is.
It's insane. I mean, I have to go back there to get my bag, come back. It's gonna be. But it's definitely. Honestly, it was the most fun ride I'd ever had in my life. It wasn't fun during it because I'm sort of praying for my life, but now that I got down, it was really cool. So, it's definitely an experience.
So we are expecting that you are playing more laps.
more LA
If you're
PTs.
playing more LEPTs?
Oh yeah, I will be. This is my fourth one, and I plan on playing at least one or two every season.
Right.
I didn't play one at all last season. I played one in season one. I think one in season two, one in season three, and then one this season. I'm gonna try and play either the grand final this season, or I might try and do Peru. I think is that.
Peru, yeah, is the final.
Peru's the final. So
Yeah, this season.
Panama.
there's one
in Panama
The
in
next one's in
September.
Panama.
not Panama. It's gonna be there's another one maybe in November.
It's Peru.
Peru?
Peru it is. That's probably my last one, obviously, for this season, and then I'll try to find. For me, when I find a place to go play, what I choose is different locations. I mean, Colombia is really nice, but there's so many places in the world to see.
Yeah.
I try to see everywhere I can. I go to South Africa in 2 months. I'm trying to come back to Peru. I want to see the world, and I like the adventure. I like, something new. I like trying food from different places. So that's what it's like. That's fun for me. Everywhere in the world, there's something different. There's something unique. There's something nice about it. Whether you're talking United States, Australia, Europe. That's why I like doing what I do. The only places I haven't been yet, I haven't been to Central America yet. I haven't been to Africa yet, and I haven't been to China. I've been to China. I haven't been to like the Soviet Union. Well, no, I've been to the Soviet Union too. Middle East. I knew there's 3 places I haven't been, and those are the places that are going to be sort of on my hot list to try to go visit. So Panama would be a good one to go try and visit at some point.
Chris, in your career, have you ever played with Mexican players alone? How do you
Classify them?
Yeah, how do you classify them?
Definitely changed over the years. The first time I played with them was probably 5 years ago, and the style was reckless, bad, not very good. But 5 years later, it's definitely, the internet has affected so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's the world used to be, 5 years ago, they were really crazy, but they've learned how to play. The internet, sort of normalizes everything, and now it's literally, everybody plays almost a standard way with a little bit more, a little bit of flair, individually, but for the most part, the fundamentals of the game is there because of the internet. Where in the past, most of Latin American people had very poor fundamentals. They raised way too much, got themselves in really bad spots. Now, as a general rule, I've seen them they're passionate, so they get emotional about the game a lot of times, and that's good and bad. But as far as fundamentals and the improvement that they've made over the years, it's light years. They went from probably being some of the worst Latin American players. Went from being some of the worst to being really good players in about a 5-year period, and just shows the growth of the game and how it's changed. Because to be honest, it was just insane coming down here about 5 or 6 years ago.
poker is changing every year. So online players are more aggressive than live players. So things are.
Yeah, well, everything that happens in live poker happened online 6 months prior to that. I mean, you create all your new concepts, all your new plays online. You don't really see new ideas created in a live poker form. There's not enough data, not enough hands to be played to really create a new concept. Or people don't see it. But when you play online, you have enough repetition. You can try something out and see if it actually does work. So everything that you see now, the min 3 betting, the 4 betting, 5 betting, was all started online. And that, online poker revolutionizes the game, and it continues to do so. It's always going to be that way. Just because you can go back and analyze your data so effectively. It's like I have a notebook where I write down all my hands live, but not many people do that, and I just do it just, I don't do it like I can't go back and analyze, 3 bet, because all the statistics and things like that. I just sort of keep it as a mental notice to, what did I eat that morning? Did I exercise? Did I, do what I was supposed to do to get myself ready for the tournament? And then what was my mind frame going through the tournament? Did I ever feel like I was pushing too much? Did I feel like I was trying to make things happen instead of just relaxing? And because that's for poker for me, it's not really hard for me to play against other people. I think poker is a very easy game. It's tougher for me to sort of contain myself and to not do something stupid. Because I bust myself more than anything else, more than other people bust me.
So,
¿Quieres preguntar?
about the online gaming coming back to the United States, how do you see the chance of that happening in the?
I think it's a very, very good chance. I said when it happened, this is a year and a half ago now, I said it was going to probably be 3 or 4 years before it happened, and I'm going to stick with the time frame. I think it's going to be another year and a half or so, but it might be sooner. Hopefully it is. I think individual states, you'll start seeing online poker come back quicker than on the federal level, but eventually I believe there's too much money to be made by the government to keep it out. Money's going to be the driving factor in just about it, like it is in just about everything in the world. And but I say that, you look at something like sports books. There's so much money in sports betting, but yet they kept that illegal for so long. But I think poker is obviously something different. It's a game of skill, not just a game of picking, a winner in a football game. So I do think there's a very, very good chance that poker will be legalized and anybody can play online back in the United States at some point.
Yeah, Chris, what do you say? In Mexico, there's a problem with poker that people it's seen like a taboo. It's not very culturally acceptable to be more even to be a professional poker player. What do you say to the people? I mean, to what message?
Well, it's not a Mexican problem. That's a world problem. I mean, for the longest time, poker has been sort of in the back shadows. It's sort of classified as a gambling game, which rightfully so it is. I mean, you can say what you want. You're gambling when you play. Now there is skill. There is all the elements of trying to outwit somebody. But at the end of the day, you are gambling. And there's a stigmatism with any form of gambling, so that's where the problem lies. But the thing is people play poker for fun, with friends, with family. It's a very social game, and I think the people that have a problem with poker are not educated on the fact of what poker is. They see it as like playing blackjack or playing roulette in the casino, which, as you know, is totally different than playing poker. So basically, I think it's just from people it's like anything, people that aren't educated in it don't understand it, and they fear it a little bit.
Yeah, and what kind of advice would you give to the poker community to the way to show the game to the people and show what really is?
Well, the problem with the poker community in a whole is if you're going to be a poker player, you have a different mind frame than most of the rest of the world. I mean, you want to have no boss, you want to work your own hours, you want to dress how you want to dress, you want to do what you want to do, you don't want to go to work 9 to 5. So it's a little bit of a different personality. So we're fighting an uphill battle. And then when you see poker players showing up at poker tournaments dressed in pajamas or whatever, it looks bad. Then you hear Ponzi scheme on, all these bad connotations are sort of associated with poker. And there's no one way that we as a community can be accepted more. I think it's just going to be a time frame, a time of educating people that we're not scumbags. We're actually really most of the people I know in poker are very honorable. I would loan thousands of dollars to a poker player that I trusted before I would loan it to some other random person.